So give me a moment to see if it will actually pop up and come up. It might take a moment. And there it goes! This works. Welcome everyone to the Banner Saga. There are 3 games in this series. I have won all of them. Now how this game works though. Turn the music down a bit. How this game works though. Whatever you do in Banner Saga 1 affects what you do in Banner Saga 3, and you need to do a good job in Banner Saga 2, or you're royally screwed in 3. So, I need to do a good job here. You watching, Vera? Vera.
Yes, I'm watching.
Welcome to the world of Banner Saga. A wonderful game. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survive through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep in the northern waste. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped: the sun.
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli neðanvor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Welcome to how this game is. It is nothing like XCOM. It actually has a different setup than XCOM. You arrived just in time. The chieftain in the red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Okay. 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 He's down. Each time you make a kill, renown grows, which is used to later with your characters.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade. Quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his lust. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal. I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
It's way too funny.
So what do you think of this game so far, Vera? Only the sun has stopped.
Interesting.
You are approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you. As you are leaving the great hall, he cuts to the chase. Eric, steward of Strand, I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. What did you have in mind? Scalpings that you didn't hack up in the great hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Let me handle this. You mean to meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored caverns flap on the briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Scaffolding chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's gonna try to kill you this time. I don't talk. They don't talk to me. I don't have the patience for this. Head sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? Intimidate him. You motion to Gunoff, your enormous bodyguard who looms over the man like a snake over a mouse. Gods, you're laying in a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the scaffoldings? Noblemen up by the east wall, but that was months ago last I know. Head skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over. You figure your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here?
Oh, it just keeps stopping on me.
Gone off? Where are you in green back at the Great Hall? No, I just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. Better than an eggplant. Gunolf goes off to look for more and more stalls. Eric, that man of
I'm
yours
currently playing
seemed...
Conan Exile.
Eric, that man of yours seemed unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust head, but he used to be a scaffolding. If they are licking their wounds, they're probably going to the old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a meat hall. Nobleman is a meat hall? But as I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Where is this place again? Nobleman is halfway up the hill towards the Great Hall. You won't miss it. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Let's get it over with. That's the spirit, says Mongol. Here we go! Walk boots in the front door open. So hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed drunken scaffoldings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables into mean steins in the process.
I just attach a note. And Conan Exile, the server I play on, I just attach a note on the palm tree.
Look at this, Veer. What do you think?
It's a weird game design.
It's made by Stoic. This game, the 3 games didn't do that well. They were not that popular, but they made them anyway. But I don't know what other games they made.
Anyway, in Conan Exile, I left a random notes on a random palm tree. The note is that I've written on the note, stare too long at that palm tree and you might get molested by a coconut.
Oh, that looks like it hurts. Basically, Vera, this takes place during Ragnarok. The reason the sun stopped is because Fenrir ate it already. The fool's lying dead at your feet. Oh, he I can promote him. Nice. There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's window. onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach, their sails bold, reds and blues. One banner I know well, Wagner, next to the next for Varro kingship. The last time we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yes, it's important. An important guest. See what the deal I deal with all day. Ah, things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guest arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guest down at the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Valgard hustle from the mead house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spare of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go greet the new arrivals down at the dock. Okay, how this game works, when I get to it, you have to keep your morale up, you have to keep your food up, and if you do not do these things, and if you do really bad, it affects what happens in the second game. If you keep your food up and stuff there as well, it affects the final game, and there's a part of the final game where you gotta go through a thing with the world ending while you try to stop it, and you either lose an entire group of people you worked on over several games, or the world just ends and everyone dies. Wagner. Fierro steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grafheim, abundant in purpose. Gods, Euben, you're looking ancient because of being old. And if there is a Wagner, there must be a Haken. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid, old ox. At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jonder demands I'll take that over lingering the death in Grafheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Aberang, in fact. And glad for it. Hakan motions to the other ships in the bay. Sails still fluttering. Golden wolfhead embezzled on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son Ludin. Do you know Scrivener? We visit his capital. He visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakan, it has it. I almost forgotten. It's a good thing you are around. You're around, Hakan. And you're going to Grafheim? I have the distinct feeling I'm going to finish my business in Strand, and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should give it a day. In better circumstances, I'll drink a week away. But let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Marker, Hakan? Where's Marker? Hakan, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm out to find Morgar. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. A young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all of the world of a sort of a boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grafheim should be more interesting than most years. You think? Weariness suddenly settles in. You chuckle to yourself about the odd day it has been. One of the governor's men in the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagner's caravan, the moment might not hurt to share a drink with Hakan or introduce yourself to the prince that they spoke so highly of. I don't want to deal with the prince. Scrivener? You find Hakan in the meat house, surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely see this many. Hakan waves you over. Went straight for a flagon. Wagner is the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What's this time? When I got there, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ah, human. I guess if I only lived as long as a York fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself, too. It's not too late to start trying, Harkon. Harkon slips a little chuckle. Any Varro could recount his deed, known as he is for cutting a swath through dredge at Wagner's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here, I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Gotham. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the meat becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Now I gotta deal with the prince. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varro who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes? You with Wagner? I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Wagner a long time. I'll be joining you back to Gotham with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying ties to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? Just to introduce myself. You collect taxes for Varro territories, or to pleasure? Yes. The awkwardness hangs in the air like a thick fog. You take the opportunity to depart. At dawn, you are awoken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Dawn's hard to tell with the sun that never moves. The governor's quest adorns the spy letters, all there, just as promised. To your mild surprise, you wonder if Eric had anything to do with it. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Wagner is already here. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Moger steps forward. Wagner's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you are ready to depart. We're ready. You follow Moger and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the gates will be enough to enter and leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push and open them entirely. They mutter things under their breath and that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summers the strand well as a whole, you think. And here's what you do. Take a look, Vera. You really don't do much. You gotta make sure your morale is up, your choices are well, and you find supplies along the way. The caravan stops for a day. A gift, said Mower, cracking meat cask. From our gracious friend the governor of Strand. Hours passed with rushes laughter as meat passed through camp. Drink a little. Toast to Wagner. You raise your drink, toasting to the lands between man and Varl. The others join in. Ludin's expression is like a stone wall, but others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually, you sit down beside Wagner. Chat with Wagner. Thanks for the speech, slurs Wagner. Looks like you didn't have much to miss out after all. Thanks, Mogar. I thought the damn governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of his entire family? He tried, and he asked me to clean up his mess. For your benefit, turns out. I'd have given you given the job to you. Gods, there's no joy in politics. Speaking of what happens after this business with Ludin, hopefully the boy goes back to arboring on his own, and I can take out some frustration on Dredge or something. Starting to sound like Haken. You don't like the life of a diplomat? Ha ha ha! You didn't miss the fight, Ubin. You down the mead instead of replying. Wagner slouches and shakes his head. There's no joy in killing Dredge, but this pretty sir, this nonsense is some scheme between the two kings to force some kind of lineage. Used to be, warriors would follow you for what you've done. Is that why they follow you now? Is it? Or is it because I'm the next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Varl. They're getting muddy. They've always been muddy, Wagner. Wagner stays under the campfire, lost in thought. You leave him to it. You rise groggily to the campsite, a casualty of merriment. Wagner is already kicking warriors awake. When you spot Ludin stalking your direction, he sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nudge Wagner. You're needed. Ah, Ludin, it's always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a caged yawn and receives a hard stare in return. How long to Gotham? Haha, we're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come on, I'll show you on the map. Here's where I need to go, Vera. I need to go all the way to the Jarl main city, and that's not easy. It takes a few days. We head north, then east past the forts. Gotham's far from Strand. Going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Ludin. Why not take ships to scary Miristed? What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year. It would tear up the long ships. Too bad, though. It would have shown you the wonders of Sky Miristed. A half-sunken city crawling with the Dread Prince. Dredging glaciers like you like glaciers. Exiles to the nose, a poor disguise of his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes barking at his company in the distance. Don't book the anthill, Wagner. He seems to not be no happier to be here than you. Spend a few days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking at a tall cliff to hop off too. Ludin's got a shorter wick than Haken. Thanks, Wagner. Let's keep moving. Half a day to Verdafell if we were lucky. Now I could stay and train. And update my heroes. Okay. I got some renown left, so I can use that later. I have no supplies tent right now, so when I get to a main city, Vera, I can buy supplies, and I have to have enough gold for it too.
Winterfell. Even the name means bad weather, where frozen wind sweeps in from the bay. They tend livestock, but most are just men driven from Strand with nowhere else to go. Why else would anyone stay? We won't stop long.
What do you think of it so far? I know it looks dull, but it's actually pretty fun. One of the funnest games I ever played. By Harderborg. That's a lot of borrow for some missing cattle. What? A couple of days back, sent word to Strand about the cattle. Didn't expect an army. He looks pleased with himself until it sinks in that you aren't here on his behalf. Where have your cattle gone? Wouldn't know. My boy's seen men up the hills carrying them away. Don't know how many men who can hoist a whole cow by himself. Scaffoldings out here, maybe. Could they have a Varro working for them? Not from what the governor told me. It's gonna take a. I'm gonna take a look around and get the camp set up. The Penitent spits, his eyes actually darting about the caravan as it sets up tents. We'll be here no more than a day. There's a silver for any food you got. For hundreds of Varro, are you serious? Whatever you're willing to sell. You thinking of squatting? Not enough room for a couple of hunters here. Forget hundreds of. Shut up. Hear that? Where's Luton? A faint sounds like fighting. Something like Harkin takes off in a run. Oh boy, I don't like what happens here. By the way, Vera, this is the dredge. Vera?
The dredge.
The dredge are a deadly race that are made of stone and iron. Now I gotta break their armor, then I can kill them. Ow! This game can be set up that you lose your heroes, but I don't have it set up that way. Hmm. You trying to get yourself killed, Luton? What are you doing? I was trying to trying to get a shot between the plates. You never seen a dread before, boy? What kind of idiot break their armor first? Where did they come from? We didn't even see them. They were just there. I can go where Wagner lies face down. Future Varro King lies motionless, aside from spreading pool of blood. Wagner's dead. Cut with the keen-edged sword. And now it's the next set of heroes you follow. That join up later at the end. I love the animation though. Look at this animation, Vera. Where did that thing come from? Stay so close. I think it's us. Be careful, don't get too close. Was that a dredge? A lady looks calm, but you can tell her heart is about to beat right out of her chest. It was. Let me see. Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. I'll be fine. When the dredge attacked your cart and the yaks bolted, it spilled most of your supplies. You can see more dark figures moving through the trees when you glance at that direction. All that food. That's the last we're going to get before winter. What do we do? Don't run, let me think. If we hurry, we can gather them before more dredge appear. I can see them in the trees. Are you sure about this? No, but we have to try. Be quick. Alita calms down the yaks while you frantically toss supplies back in the cart. More dredge emerge, but you manage to get the cart moving again before they can close in. Colossal figures slowly recede into the distance. Supplies represents the food and other goods used to keep everyone alive on the road. When supplies are gone, people will start to die of starvation. When people are in the caravan, the faster supplies will diminish. You can see how many days of supplies you have left on the travel display at the top of the screen. One of the times we have supplies to sell, as well as a few items.
I never expected to see the dredge with my own eyes. What happened in the north? Already we see more between the trees as we approach our home, and Alette grips my hand tight. We must find Ivar.
Ivar. An enormous borrowing question towers over the men in the training field. He squints at you as you approach. Already back, Hunt Master? I thought you would be tomorrow. Dredge everywhere. Dredge, how did they get through Greyhorn? Must have broken through the fort. The fighters nearby have stopped sparring. They gather around you. Damn it. They will be here soon if they are not already. You hear screams from the outskirts. People are running towards the Grey Hills. Grey Hall. Ivor turns to one of the other boys in his group of fighters. Eagle, take Alette to the Grey Hall. Tell the chieftain what's happening. The rest of you gather up as many people as you can. Come on, Alette. No, I want to help. Go Eagle, Alette. Alette looks like she might protest, but scowls and runs off to safety. Gods, Rook, don't start telling them all. Don't start telling them. I know what I'm doing. I know it's a stretch, but they bought it. What's the plan? Let's hold off any dredge we see until everyone's inside. Then we'll figure it out. More shouts draw your attention to some house nearby, nearby hill. Sure enough, dredge are gathering in number. You hear misplaced laughter nearby. Past the pile of corpses, a man single-handedly holding back 4 dredge with a battered spear. Behold, Tavargi! Shouts Ivar. Who shoots you a dour look? If Tavargi is known for being a madman, at least he's sort who can hold a spear in the right direction. He's miles a mile wide when he realizes you're going to have to fight a way out of this. Turn order. Okay, I don't already know all that. Items. What does this do? I'll give this to Ivar. Ready for battle. That's what the shields do. They push you back. And he's down. Oops. You take stock of your handiwork. Think I'll stick with you lads, says Ty Givi. Forgive me, I can't spell his name. Unless you got other ideas. Ivor runs something non-comical. A black horde is forming in the tree line. Enough of this, says Ivor, glancing over his shoulder. We're going back. Then adds, Rook, I'm doing one more check of the houses around here. See if you can find. Got it. Lucky to escape the notice of more dredge on the way back. You can see them rummaging through the homes, tearing the buildings apart. If you're going to look for more survivors, you make a note to do it quickly. Injuries. Okay, promote. Okay, damage. Armor. You find anyone? A few of them sent inside. God, this is bad. I'm out of practice, Rook. Look, as long as I've known you, you've always wormed your way out of talking about dredge. This would have been the time to start talking. I can tell you they really stopped to rest. The sooner we leave, the better. They'll follow us until we're tripping over the tired women and children. Then they will attack. Even after we're wiped out, they'll keep coming, trampling the corpses in their wake. There's no end of them. How did you even survive the Great Wars? Ask the Menders. I wasn't there. But you fought your fair share. Yeah, I've killed enough slag for one lifetime. That's why you're going to save us now. Don't lay that on me. Come on, let's get inside. Look, thank the gods you made it. The Great Hall is an other dying, filled as it is with dozens of terrified families. Don't stop worrying yet. I haven't. One of the deaths is going on. Dreads milling around ransacking houses. The team's wife finds you pushing through the crowd. They must know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? I don't know. I wouldn't expect it to last. I made some dishes and tell me straight. What will you do both in my place? I would have left by now. They're already outside the door. Not so easily done, Rook. I trust Ivor on this. The chieftain takes a deep breath and heavily breathing, slumping. He looks years older. I imagine us fighting back and saving the town, but nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go? They're just coming down from the north. Frostfeller, to the west. It's close and has walls. I intend to be free of Stogar in one push. Nobody left behind. I want it. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Now let's create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on the road to Frostfeller. Half the town is going to die like this. That's why I want you to lead. Ivor, I know you can get us out of here. I'll do what I can, and I'm coming with you. That catches you by surprise. The chieftain rubs his chin, but doesn't argue. From the training she's given Alette, you have no doubt she can handle the bow. Fine, I'll get the townspeople ready. You step into the courtyard where you can and see the dredge never go, utters Ivar. You stand guard as the town people begin filing out of the hall. or do not descend upon you, though some watch curiously. Suddenly you hear a shriek from the rear of the caravan. A grunt flung himself upon the cart of the chickens, tearing it with bare hand. Man draw axes, and dreads responding kind. Run, Rose Ivar! Terror sweeps the caravan like a pox. You suddenly find yourself surrounded by black figures and panic down people in equal measure. Roka, get ready, Ivar shouts. I have a full team now, Vera. They don't like my spearmen. It is chaos that follows you. You notice the corner of your eye that some of the town guards struggling desperately with the dredge. What might be the chieftain amongst them. To the left, laying in the large colossus behind him, an elderly man scrambles to his feet. Past that is clear. Most of the time people are scattering. If nobody steps up, it could be picked off one by one. But to keep everyone together. Got it. You shout, barking orders, and get them. You find yourself in the clear of fighting. Ivor emerged from the trees, bloodied, but breathing. You swear it's almost a grin on his face. All if it's not so lucky. You struggle to bear to the body of the chieftain in her arms. Your face blank, no guards to join her. You gather her to the caravan. You cover the body with a cloth. The chieftain's death hits you like a punch to the gut. Only Ivor's insistence does the caravan continue on to Frostfire. Well, its hands collapse tightly around your own. Morale has become poor. Of course it's become poor. The chieftain is dead. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backward to see the caravan stretch out past the point of safety. They spaced out so far you won't be able to see those bringing up the rear. We gotta pull together. Rally the caravan with a speech. You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child on your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember those who didn't make it. Push onwards. The clansmen see your effort and follow suit, pushing themselves harder. All improved. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women would drop to their meager possessions beneath the godstone of Hadavidir. What are we do? What are we doing? We left our homes because suddenly they were dredge. I should be looking for me for advice. Look at these people. Someday, somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. What do I do if we run into more dredge? You mean when? I'll be honest with you. These men can't take on a dredge by themselves. I have to lose two for every slag we take down. So we run? Only if you want to lose men and women. We're going to have to fight, and there are going to be deaths. That's by damn. Why is this happening? Think of how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. You do care, I can tell. Men are a plague on the world. Worse than any dredge, as far as I can tell. Just like this, we're going to get along so well, Ivor. You see, poorly, the sun forever stuck to an entirely bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over a long hills covered in pine. Inspect the stone. The watered stone doesn't see many visitors, not much reason to travel to Svares. When others come through, they sometimes stop in to give offerings. Out of habit, more than anything else now. That the gods are dead. I cannot say that, was the god of hunters and of wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted as an effigy with his terrible spirit. You wonder what he would think about his woods being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you. She says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch. She must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama. She's before running back to her tent. Back to your tent, you rouse Lilette, who clings to your arm until she's clearly awake. Bad dreams. Eventually, the camp is broken down. It's time to move on to Frostfear. It was like an end when it start. My morale is bad, so people might start leaving. I need to camp and rest so I can get the morale up. There you go. How's the Iron Eagle? Iron Eagle just outside the camp practicing his sword swing. I'll say you're taking some hits out there. I am great. Not great considering everything that's I'm fine. Design is fine. It's a strong shield. It's Rook, right? I know we haven't talked much before now. But if you want to just call me Gil. Okay, Gil. I want to let you know that I meant everything I said before about making sure nothing happens to Olette. I've never seen a shield like this before. Yeah, I doubt. There's many. My father made this. It's solid metal, really heavy. I'm practicing it since I was a kid. I used to spend a lot of time just getting used to lifting it. He raises up to show you. I'm pretty good with it now. The only thing left than my father's I have left. Then when my mother died, she gave it to me before she died. I don't want her to get hurt. You can don't worry, she can take care of herself too. I know, I didn't mean easy, Gil. I know what you meant. I'm heading back to the camp. Stay strong. I will. Oh, and I need something. Let me know. If you need something, let me know. I can take anything you need. Between you and Ivor, you're going to be okay, I can tell. I'm gonna rest one more time. Here we go. Heroes. He's fine now. What does this do? Dodge strength. I think I'll give him that. And then I'll give this to him. Oh, he gets that. And I'll give this to Rook. Okay. Now I need to see what heroes rank up. Okay, none. I can make none up. Time to talk to the crazy man. Ty Viger. Guess I better thank you for helping us out back there. I'll call him V. Turns his head, eyes wide, as though smiling something was stalking him. Nice beard, Rook, but that's not why I'm here. Okay, why are you here? Fat Klansman. What? They eat and eat and eat, don't know how to kill a thing, Rook. He rolls his R and Rook graciously without holding out his spear and expect. Look at this thing. They grow on trees. You can make this from a tree. My advice, show them how a stick. Show them to stick a pig, some pigs, or stick a rabbit. A bird. You can stick anything, Rook. Any more helpful advice? Glad you finally asked. Don't trust a man just because they have faces and use their mouths. A man will look at you right through his helmet and lie. Should I trust you, Triver? Come on, Rook. Am I wearing a helmet? I gotta go. I get it. We've all got things to do. Me, I'm about to go swimming. At least you're keeping clean. Nobody comes looking for you in a pool of water, you know. Don't let me waste too much of your time, okay? We'll come and get you before we leave. I'll see you around. Only if you keep your eyes open, Rook. You can't help but hope there's nothing sinister about the last comment. That guy's insane. He's insane. He's gonna kill us all. Now, okay. Allow men to join you. What are we doing here? Hello, I don't refuse men. It's in danger. Okay. If I brought those men on, they would have stole supplies from me, and I would have to fight them. During the rest, one of the men get too drunk and ends up splashing meats of warriors' faces. Well, if many form fists and broken bones later, investigator with the rest is tossed on the ground at your feet. You guys looking to satisfaction his personal defense. I apologize for the mess, you demand. Alright, he yells, and the folks shake their heads but leave the man alone. Oh no, morale declined. No. And visibly relieved to find a small village on the way. Hospital with beds, fresh supplies, and locals stocked up. By news you bring, they discuss the amongst themselves while you set up nearby. Ooh, a market. I can get more supplies. Okay, that's enough. Knockback strength. Okay, I'll take that, and I'll take this. Okay, heroes. Him. It's level 4. So I can't get to no one yet. I gotta wait until the level. I'm gonna rest once. Get the morale up. Okay, leave. You're only outside the village when 2 men in red approach. My name is Hogan. There's one Jasper and the others. My brother Mogan, many from the village, wish to join you, Prosper. All the third men exuding rage charges up in group. Shut up, Hogan, he screams. What is going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village ever since you got here. True, you keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will be reasonable with the people of Skogar. I'll have you both gutted before I let this village, half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed men have appeared, all furrowed and nervous as stairs. You don't know what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. What should people decide your own? We thought that's how we wanted it by ourselves. A number told me to my face they didn't want to be beaten to death by the dredge. Dredge my butt. I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogan, but you two got choices. I get back to work and I finally pointed you to the ground. Morgan, what do you say, though? That was unfair for him to ask me. Hogan draws his axe, slowly followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. I'm gonna side with the villagers. Hogan and Moon lose more of their bravado as Ivory approaches the scene. Geo waves, they drop their axes. I didn't expect that. Not seeing as they fled their own town. When spotting next winter, then I could farm these. Know that. Then haul two brothers with you back to the village. Before you leave, a generous selection of fruits and food are sent to the caravan. You soon return to the road, wondering how long it will be before the dredge arrive there too. Yeah, I let them die to get myself supplies. How kind of me. Alette marches quietly along a caravan, a little distance since leaving the village. When you stop for a rest, Odef approaches you before you both. Alette, I have something for you. Odef has gathered a long banner from the caravan, a smile warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up a banner with everything that has been happened since we left Saga. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? I guess I'll have to find it. It looks that way. Oh, then that means we're quiet for a moment as Olette unfurls the banner. Odef has been teaching me how to sew. He speaks pretty highly of you. Can you read that part about Mom? You nod. Oh, on the banner has sewn the story of families who have lived. It's forgotten over the years. It just as is done on every render in every town. I wish she was here. We're here. I'm kind of glad she isn't. This is every render in family is short, but Olette has been sewing it in colorful designs. What do you say? Why do you say that? She doesn't have to deal with all this. Dredge, leaving home, and why did you leave those men behind in the village? Did the Dredge come up for them? I mean, if it's okay to ask. I'm not used to any of this. Does anyone happen to other people? I am glad I'm not you. I want to know what to do. I'm not exactly my calling either. Yeah, I know, Dad. I think you're doing a good job. She asks you to spend the rest of your time together sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Saga is your burden now. If I keep resting here, if I keep getting to stuff like this, I won't get on going. How you doing, Odd? I'm alright. At first, sometimes when loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny, my father named me Adia before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman? What does that even mean? People look up to you. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, then the people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel that you're on fire, I am weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In many years, you've known the chieftain's wife. This is probably the most you ever talked. He asked me to come and find you. Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, if something happened. Why me? He always depended on you, Rook. It should be mine. I could carry it. But I thought about it. Why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. I think they would follow you. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time for pretend. It's not about a small town. It's what happened the first time. We need something from another clan. How would that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us. I think this is what has had to happen. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. She looks sideways, eventually giving over a timid smile. I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I ever heard or the sweetest. Listen, I know I dragged this out. My truth is, my husband and I can never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder and she heads back to the camp. I got renowned for that. At a small split of the trail, a few fighters stopped to speak with you, carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, my men. It's spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we're gonna have to warn them. We'll come. Wish us luck. We'll see if we can find them. Just to fight as well. You're not a kin is kin. You says, don't do what you must to protect them. The man claps on your shoulder and the fighters depart. Complaints of man drinks nothing but water from now on. Dredge! Shouts the man. And it's drunken from your caravan. And meager belongings and some food are thrown in a pile. Everyone moves on. Sad Lucy to you, expect he'll break his bonds. Once he simples up, please, I swear. He pleads to your back, finally realizing his plight. Whether Dredge were imagined or not, you don't expect him to see him again. More decline. That's what happens. You gotta pick a side.
Strong, thriving city. The walls of Frostweather now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
You jostle through the foul crowds of sunken faces, who appears as though they have been freezing in front of Frostfeller for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of a hill. This is not looking good. Why are so many people in the fields? Why can't we can't stay outside in the open like this? How would I find you amongst many of the refugees? Look, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody's been let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varro from Blotzbekar, Greyhorn people from Vitra, all the nearby villages, Dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain of Frostfeller has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gates. When the Reds come, these hills will turn red. We gotta get in there. We're getting in those walls somehow. I can get the gates open. Let's see if there's any way we can get in before we start breaking down the gates. I wasn't going to break it. I was going to push really hard. That's too high level. Wait. I'll take that. I thought that was too high level. To get that, that's enough for now. I think, yeah. Heroes best. Take the heroes. This is arms. I'll give this to him. Okay. Now to the gate. You approach the gate where hundreds of people have gathered. In the trodden bloody space in front of the doors, several pincushion bodies lie unclaimed as though they simply belong there. Archers upon the wall make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intimately call for mercy, reasons they've been out flinging stones and curses. There's a lot of people gathered around the rest of the houses, says Elephant, where you're going to find help there. Make yourselves useful. We got to do the gate. But you know, we're talking. They've got huge storage supplies that they're just hoarding them. Check out the water patches. Following outside of these walls, he said, there's a water patches. It's not a whole caravan, but it's handy for us to get in and open the gates. I'm not fitting through there, says Ivor. But without me, it looks like I'll get to the top of the wall, then down to the gate. Wait for us, Ivor. When Eagle said the water should be guessed, it went off, still managing to squeeze your way through. That's going to force you through the pass. An iron gate. You stare at the stairs and the walls. As you approach the gate, Iron Men take notice. They don't ask questions. Okay. I do not have my Varl with me, so this might be a bit hard, but let's see what they have. They probably don't have any archers. Oh, they do have an archer. They have 2 archers. This might go badly. I'll go take care of their archers. Bye-bye! Ow. I'm gonna go take care of their archers because I have to. I can one-shot this archer. I can. That archer's one-shotted. Ow! That works. And she's probably dead. Yep, she's down. They're going for my tank. No. I'll stop them. Oh, good. Archer. Oh, she can level. Nice. And she's... no, she's not down. I'm gonna move him, because he's gonna die. Ooh, nasty. Oh, he's down. So many injured. I'll rest a few days. That'll work. What in the depths are you doing? Letting yourselves in. I see that. I'm very impressed. But all those people you just let in here dead? All those women and children with you dead? And thanks for killing the only ones holding this place together. Skull. What are you talking about? Orders the guards to get the doors closed again before our villagers notice. If I knew there were fighters and Varl outside, I would have brought you in. I'm equal, and I'm in charge here. You heard about the chieftain? You heard about he's hiding out in the Great Hall? Oh really? Think you've been hiding out in the grave? He's eating worms. That wasn't clear. What happened in here? As soon as they heard Dredge was coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story. All the 3 clans in here warring over turf and food, and the worst are the godforsaken Varl. The eyes everyone shrugs his exaggeration and is simply staring down the obvious. We're more endangered here than out there. Look, I'm in charge here before things went to crap. You got some people who can fight. You got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me. You take back Frostfarer. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine, cut these sheep loose and watch your own butts. We do care. Do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of these damn streets. Think carefully about what you want. We'll join you for now. Good, but whatever else you're thinking would have been a bad idea. Other than with the gates closed, you follow him to obscure alleys. I hope we know what we're doing, making it up as we go, Ivor. Little they sleep. Next chapter, yay! And now we go back to the Varl.
Back over, huh?
Yeah, we're back over to the Varl now. Heck on, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted. And more weapons, extra supplies too. You broke up and now realizing Morger has been talking to you since Wagner died. Everyone has been looking to you to make this decision. It's exhausting. Hakan? What were you saying? I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor has given us most of what we wanted. Good, enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property, a man named Eric. Eric, I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will get over it unless he wants dredge crawling through his streets. He put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping them mouths, then. You sure that wound has healed, Ludin? I agree enough. Has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on the mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. You're right, Ludin. Return to Strand and go home. Ludin, Wagner's dead. There's no reason to stay. What do you expect me to do? Go back to my father and tell him that one Varl died so the alliance is over? He has a point. As Wagner Kendar, you have the same responsibilities as Hakan. We would only be made to this again later. I will not suffer it all at a second time. Either take us through the wandering road or do your job and slaughter some dredge. And it turns abruptly with a scowl. He stands back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering roads is not an option, but this many. I could crush the boy's skull with one hand. If Lunan wouldn't be deterred, you'd have to deal with it. Don't let Lunan get to you. Let's get go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hakan? Tell them to stop until Scarlet is retaken. Glad to hear it. Give the word and we'll set off. Okay, I think I have enough supplies. I don't think there's a market here, is there? No, there isn't. Crap. You knew him well, didn't you? Wagner? No. Well, I don't know him. I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business. But I never knew him. Never got the chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use some help. I could use help there. The scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. The respect you have for the ability of swinging an axe, they needed to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Morgo's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. I heard you were a terror back in your day. You know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, I'm contemplating that nobody knew how old a Varl can get naturally. There's one by the name Snorri. He got a few years on me, just hunkers in Gotham, collecting rhyme. Bastard might be actually beat me. The one named Krumer is close. I think but the adult son of a, I'm not gonna say that, still welcomes to a fight. He'll probably be off before I am, although. It's hard to read some of these words because they're so Norse-like. The Scrivener gestures around him as it reminds you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery barn from Jonder now. Can't remember half of what I've done. Hence the journal? Hence? Don't get fancy on my behalf, Harkin. Okay, I won't. Get some rest. Always more to come. I've hoofed more hills than a horseborn with a grudge. Don't worry about me. Now I gotta talk to him. I'd ask how you're dealing with Wagner's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady old Margaret, which is good. I know most of these borrow, but down to my command. They came to follow Wagner. Tell you the truth, I don't want you to be in your position either. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? Go together that this many Varro and half of them want to hit each other. The rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal, I got it under control. The fighters we just got from Strand ain't bad, but they are unruly. Give it a few days. There are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Wagner. Those are the ones I worry about. What about Luden's men? You don't want to hear anything from me, I know that. Any problems? Could be. Luden's pet Varro is named Bercy. I'm not sure where he came from, but what the deal? Master knows how I fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too, Yasara. She's probably the best fighter Luden got, to be honest. I've heard some Varro call her the witch. Why? The flaming arrows, I think it's a good trick, but the fire upsets one or Varro more than the dredge. So does it make sense? Witch? They're not scholars, Hakan. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Let me know if you need anything else. I will. Okay. No place to rest at all, so we leave. Look at that, said Mogar. The hills, more dredge. No more than a dozen, though. We could just easily pass and rush up there to slaughter them. The dozen dredge heading towards Strand. I'd be a waste of time. Send warriors to take care of them. We'll do. Hopefully we'll be able to catch back to the caravan. He rushes off to find some volunteers. When his men are not asked, he wounded our 2 travelers. 10 Varro gone? Mm-hmm. Hakan. You're gonna lose hard-booted trot as you set up camp for the first day and brace yourself. Can we speak as equals? We can try. It seems to be clear to me. You plan to kill the dredge along the way, am I right? You're not wrong. And listen carefully. Don't assume only Varro can fight. Do you understand me? That is my banner we fly, to Grotham. The banner of Arborang. I insist on joining in battle. Almost gutted you the first encounter. You ready for more? Whatever you like, Prince. And I expect more resistance. Wagner, maybe. They tell me you were his Kender. That's why you're in charge now. Some next of kin, Varfling? Don't you take on his responsibilities? In my own way. Stop acting like I'm a thorn in your side. When you're nearly 200 years old, it's hard to take 20-year-old men. Is that right? Seriously? You better start. We'll both be kings someday. That's the last thing to think about right now. It looks like though you punch yourself in the face. He heads back to the tent just saying whatever it was on his mind. The fact I gotta deal with a prince really bothers me. Let's see. Let me look at heroes real quick. See if there's any wounded. There is no wounded. Oh, I can rank him up. Rank. Wait, rank him up. If I went down, I'm gonna do damage. I think is that damage? Okay, now we go. I'm going to do Bercy because I like Varl. And I do not like Ludin, so I'm gonna put Eric up here. Let's see. Wait, does he still need to level? Oh yeah, he does. Okay, now let's see. This one's an archer, this one's a spear. Okay. I'll talk to this guy. You have a moment?
You got 4 Varl, huh?
Well, yeah, 4 Varl in an archer. Spearmen are good, but Ludin never gets strong enough, and you don't want him to die. You can actually set it up that you heroes can die. And if he dies, the alliance kind of dies too. So, and it kind of messes up the next 2 games. As you approach Bercy, he lowers the book he was reading. He doesn't strike you as a book reading type. You are Bercy? You are Hakan. We've gotten that way. We got that out of the way, haven't we? I had some questions. Say what you want to say. What is Avaro working? What's Avaro doing working for Ludin? What's Avaro doing for working for another Varro? What is the difference does it make? Looks like you're in charge right now, so do me a favor. Don't get Ludin killed. Is it important to you? No, but there's one way to that's one way to put it. Where'd you learn to fight? Same way you learn as you, by fighting. You know what I mean. I robbed well-protected merchants for at least one man's lifetime. Is that what you mean? Yeah, not anymore. I had a lot of jobs. Can I trust you? What a loaded question. Depends on what you mean. Be back where you have if things go wrong. I assume looking out for myself and you'll figure it out. Does Ludin understand that? Ludin doesn't even understand that half his army is here just to protect him from the people he talks to. What do you want to know? I won't keep you any longer. See you on the battlefield, old leader of Varl. You could join us. I'm where I want to be. Don't forget what I said about keeping Ludin alive. Got it? As you step away, you can't help but wonder if there was a bit of a threat behind the gravelly request. Now I talk to her. You see her, right? She watches you approach with her head tilted, points a thumb towards Ludin's tent. No, here for you. Oh? Can we talk? Shakes her head no and smile on her lips, eyelids low. Why not? I don't. You don't talk? No. You do, though. I don't. You're Ludin's bodyguard? No, he's mine. Before you have the chance to confuse, she cackles abrupt and loud. Then looks slightly embarrassed. You are his personal guard, though. Ludin changes to, of course. How did you end up with someone like Ludin? Luck. She raises an eyebrow. Fire and fire don't get along. All you get is a shrug. If you're going to use them, she pulls an arrow and inflicts it. There's a flick of the wrist you don't catch. Suddenly, a bird combusts in the tree behind you and falls to the ground smoldering. Half the camp has turned to watch. Don't tell me what to do. She crosses her arms and a hand on her chin and cocks her head onto one side. Till next time, Ysera. Hakan. You stop and look over your shoulder. I'm a witch, so be careful. She puts a forefinger to her lips with a soft shh. You depart, not quite sure what to make of that. Yeah, she actually has magic. You overhear a conversation while marching along the warriors. The Hampy stop at some slags as much as the next far. Biden joined up to take orders from Hakan.
Hopefully you got plenty of supplies.
Apparently, he doesn't realize you were in earshot. No willing to die from either. But you know, but challenge the bar to a fight. Who will take orders from? Who will you take orders from? You asked the bar. You asked loudly. Wagner's dead. We can't decide now. You raise your fist. He does the same reluctantly. His best shot's not bad, but you've had a lot worse. You grab him by the horns and swing his entire mess straight through the air and planted them to the ground. What was his name? You asked his companions. Gris. Take care of Gris, he replied. Then I'm laughing at his misfortune and you wander off. A small gathering of tents into view. A group of merchants from the look of it. You ask what they're doing here. We're camped here out of the Godstone ahead, one tells you, leaving an offering to Dougler. As one does, his present turds, threads start appearing out of nowhere. Some of the stayed and thought the Godstone was safe, but damned if I know why. We've been dodging them since we left. Showing the trend is clear. See them off. They thank you profusely. One stops as he passes. If you're passing by Degler, do me a favor. My wife's brother stay behind. You know him by a necklace with many rings on it. If you see him, say we're safely in Strand. You nod. For a short time, they continue on. Caravan slows unexpectedly. World travels down the line that Mogre tells you Dredge. No, we're coming. Probably saw us back in Vertifel. And did their usual lurking. Could have been bad if we plotted into them. We saw them first. Dredge, watch you waiting to see what you do. When the last time you commanded a few hundred Hakan. Don't overthink it. The warriors can take care of themselves. Or when you come across more enemies, okay, I understand that. Dredge and battlefield mind, you take a head count. Yeah, okay. Charge. Rush into battle. The other eyes and tell them that we are ready to lead the attack. You take a moment to survey the battlefield. The enemy is being pushed back all the way down to the line. You take the opportunity to pull back and leave a combat immediately. On the other hand, chasing down more dredge, rally your fires and save a few lives. You won't have time to rest or charge your party, but change your party, but chain the loot to enemies. Kill the more as they flee. You attack the dredge. They still brave enough to face you. That probably was a bad idea. I should have ran.
Not doing anything to him.
I know, because they're heavy armored. You gotta break their armor first. I don't lose or nothing. The game doesn't go over. They just get injured and then that's it. You black out as you fall. Come to again amongst the warriors who were able to escape the battle. They carried you from the scene. You lost a lot of good warriors. Not much left to do to push on. So you really don't die. You just kind of, basically, lose warriors and fighters. Ludin had been sending scouts ahead, quicker and more nimble than you borrow. One of his back. That's you crossed the hilltop of Alpha Breath. Dredge that direction. You overhear him tell Ludin. About a day away, they found a village. Get closer. Draw some of them forward and split them. Send a small group of shield bangers to get their attention. They do half a day later. Me and Dredger are giving a chase up the hill. They're probably in a sort of way. You get ready for the way waste. Red's lining the battlefield. Hold them off. Get those shields up. Your orders are already waiting until the fray as you assemble your allies and stay close to the caravan, ready to defend it. Enemies are starting to slip past the line of approach. This is not going to be easy, but thankfully they can't die.
Even though all of your allies have injuries.
Yeah. You take a moment to save the battlefield, okay? Go back and before they regroup. Reds give you wide berth for they scatter into the distance. Okay, I'm camping so I can get some heroes back up and going. Okay. I'm gonna rest like 3 days. Oh yeah, this is training. I should have done this. No, I had to leave. I had to camp because my characters had too many wounds, so I rested. The rest you still there. You're eating on the march. As Alvaro approaches, we had words earlier, says Gris. You can recall him claiming that he didn't care for your command. You're right in what you did. Let me join your guard. Let me join your guard and fight on your side. Pride hangs in his posture and sincerity in his eyes. You protect me? You doubt his ability to do the job. Yeah, it makes sense. I'll prove myself. He says awkwardly taking his leave. You're close enough to hear dredge rattling through the buildings below. Pull them out of the houses, Mogul says. Slag and can't resist an ambush. Take the fight to them. You send your shield bangers forward to get their attention. Before long, the dredge have gathered ready to fight. The dredge lines of the battlefield drawn, fighting inevitable. And we charge this time again. Rush into battle. Gather your eyes and tell them you're ready to lead the attack. Defected. Oh, crap, he's down. Take a moment to survey the battlefield. Enemy push. Okay, I'm not gonna go back for the regroup. I'm not gonna fight again. Fight again. Injuries one. Okay. Bodies blanket the area as though the snow itself had turned black and red. You walk between the clusters of survivors, taking account of your warriors. Then Morgano, you'll be joining us. He gives a wide grin in honor, he says, and heads off to find Morgar. You wandered through the small village where there had to be a canopy of battle before. Now, in eerie silence hangs over the place. Bodies of dredge and villagers make a macabre path to the house that been ripped apart as if they're by a tornado. The sheriff stops. Hear that? Open the hatch. A woman's scream dies in her throat. The sight of Varro instead of a dredge. Men and women both huddled together. Baby cries on her right shoulder. They are clearly awed to see how many warriors. What do we do now? They ask. With a slam, we cleared the way. I think they'll make it. As more doubt in his voice, you don't know. They're trying to get it better than starving to death in the pit. In this excuse, run home, Eric. We need you. We need you here. Not from what I've seen, he says, and taps his toe over the boat. Returns to the caravan. Yeah. I'm not letting him leave. I want to keep him. Oh, they didn't have a lot of supplies. Wow. Let's see. Arrest 2 times. Arrest again. Okay, there. Heroes. I can promote him. Yay. This is damage, isn't it? This is he can do more. Okay. He's rank. Yeah, I can make him up now. I can use him, but I can make him. Where is he? Where should he hear this? He should rank. Damage. That too. Okay, anything I need from here? No, okay. And your shout echoing in the wind and sending a Varro greeting. A caravan of Varro heading in your direction. I have a few hundred in total. You meet them halfway. You must be with Wagner. Wagner didn't make it. You serious? I'm out here, but I didn't expect that. You're flying the Scald banner. What happened? What's happening? Isn't Yuffer in charge there? I'm Falsa. Yuffer is still in Scald. In case he needs to be. He sent me to meet Wagner. Well, we've seen nothing happening in Scald yet. What do you mean? No dredge. They never came through Scald. They're pouring out of Ridgehorn. We only just found out about it. One group went that way. We came here. Ridgehorn? The fort on the bay? That place has been abandoned for hundreds of years. Yeah, maybe that's why they're there. They're there. By all accounts, it looks like another damned invasion. Couldn't force his way into the conversation. What did you do? Careful now. You be careful. What did you start? Do you think men don't remember history? The long banner hangs in Aberan. It's gonna be another school assault. What do you do this time? Who the fan is this? Take him and go to Gotham. We'll meet you there later. Are you insane? He said an army of dredge pouring out of the fort. Go on and go to Gotham then, friends. Having you blood on my hands would be worse than we're already this far. If this is what I was doing, I don't know if I have to do so with my father. Besides, you need my help. If you go, you sir and best mercy. Dr. Flip-Flop catches you a swift kick in the shins. Margaret can't contain a chuckle. Huh, if it says courage. Do whatever you like, Luton. Paint me the villain. Don't paint me the villain, Hakon. What do I care? I'm sick of you being the only one who pleases in the alliance. These are vital lands. We are facing an enemy at Dredge. How much experience do you have in these matters? True, mankind has never provoked them into war. You going for a third? Is something to into genocide a game for your kind? Done. Walk away. He cursed and threatened pandemonium. Prince has chosen him to be no responsibility of yours. Elena stays, so do Fawcett and the warriors. They join the caravan. I got more Varro now. It was the Godstone is murder. You recall most Godstone were built on the hills overlooking other Godstones, so the travelers could follow them and find a way between cities. It does nothing to ease your pains. Dredge, South Smoker, near the front of the caravan. Suddenly black rocks are whizzing past your head. What in the hell is this? South Smoker shakes his head. A stone starts hitting the shield and nearby Varro, exploding into flash. Very sharp fragments. Get behind the shield bearer, shouts Smoker. You approach him to fight. Formations. Give the order. Okay. Now I can get him. Now they have archers and slingers. One of the SIDs. You wonder looking at the unusual dread slingers. Nobody knows without warning. A deranged and half-dead slag stumbles out of the brush, throwing itself and attached to the youth. Okay. Gunuff does not. No, cries the old Varl. The car plummets and flips over rocks, tossing the contents across. Snow. Gunuff lies motionless, and he lips blade. Angles. The old man is your Coben. What choice do we have? Gunuff is dead. Anyway, can you see even gather up the gold and nothing else in the hall of it? I need to see who died. Heroes. The green guy died.
So you lost one of your warriors, huh?
I lost one of the main heroes because he didn't let go of the cart. Oh, yeah, actually, no matter what you do with that, I think he dies anyway. I tried to save him many times before, it didn't work. The caravan stops at the Godstone looming overhead. For a short rest, the warriors are glad for it. The stone gives you an ancient sense of being watched over in a comforting way. They didn't help the bodies underneath it though. The earth is at its base of the Godstone, scarred with trouble occurred. Merchants, no dredge encircling Dangler. There rarely a goods, barrel of mead. Yeah, I'll take it. Gather what you can. Take the necklace, intend to return it. It's hard to read all this because my voice is starting to dry out. Examine the Godstone. Orchard. Yep. In the distance, you see smoke rising from the trees. You're uncertain if it's any fires, Savage Smogar. Don't, but it does get their attention. We use fires like that to lead them along the Great Wars. Yeah, but they wised up after a while, interjects another warrior. Or it could be someone trying to get our attention. And it's possible. The other is okay. Send Navarro to take a look. Akin, he greets you. You already said you wouldn't leave them, he explains so you had to miss the fight. Huh. I got more Varl, yay, and more supplies. I have seen some of the warriors' experiences, but that was in my imagination. Even Luden. I ordered it. You know the pile of gold at the bottom of the hills, he said. We're the chance so it'll still be there. Months from now. Man, you don't know. No, he says something like back down. You no doubt Luden's mind that another stunt like this won't happen peacefully. He shrugs indifferently. The warriors demand to break. You hurt your caravan with a sigh. But honestly, you all starting to feel that the altitude and weariness to yourself. Over on the following tree, filling with a crust of bread, getting colder. He says, staring into the distance, you see Ridgehorn just started to peak around the mountains. A flock of ravens flew across the sky toward the fort. We should follow those birds. Why? Without another warning, Morgan starts running towards the birds and tumbles over the cliff. Suddenly he's gliding through the air, flipping his arms where he swoops toward the ridge horn, bursting into flames, running into the tower, and crumbles into the long exploding campfire. You think you lost your mind, then you wake up. You don't even remember setting up camp or falling asleep in front of the cracking walls. What is going on? He muttered. Approaches you. Hakan, did you see? Yeah, you both agreed to keep it to yourself. So Hakan had a weird dream. Come on, okay. Yeah, okay, I need 5 now, so I can't do it right now. There's a mistake again, but well, I can just end it.
So renown is 8 XP, huh?
Yes, it is. It's also what you do to buy supplies and stuff. I'm sure you've seen them, Moker says, but we're being followed. Dredge have been on our asses since we got the gods, know lots of them. I'm sure there's plenty of us in front of them. We might lose them. We'll lose them. The Rodu don't enjoy shuffling through undergrowth, but the Dreads hate it even more. Most stop at the edge of the forest, and the ones who follow are picked off without much effort. They begin to creep around the tree line, and you hope you outpace the other side. Deep inside the woods, you get the distant sense that Dredge have more or less surrounded you, and in a great number. The dark shapes create unsettling patterns as they slide between the trees in every direction. You more ideas, Morger? Yeah, whoever God you like. There are more of them waiting on the other side of the woods than we've seen so far. We're seriously outnumbered, especially if we wait. Yeah, sure, Pierce. What if? She says you could set part of the woods on fire and draw their attention while you escape, or draw them into a trap. What's their idea, you ask? You escort us over an hour trek to the far edge of the trees. A few soaked rags area up in flames sticking in snow. You hightail it back to the caravan where Moger is already reporting the Dredge are heading towards the fire. Zachary cackles with delight, all the reinforcing the nickname the Varl given her, the Witch. After an hour and a half, the long numbers are thin. We better get out of here before that really spreads. Go through the trees and plow into the Dredge coming behind, hoping to cut through them before the others notice. Charge now. Rush into battle. Get your allies ready to attack.
I'm guessing because you set that fire, you won't have to fight as many as usual.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you chose the time?
Basically, they'll attack him now. The big guy will. Oops, I need to crank the other one up though. That would scare me to death trying to cross that thing.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like something happened here.
It's an old. It could be it's an old old fort that was attacked years ago, 100 years ago. What is this mess about? Looks like a full-scale battle happened recently. Actually, recently. But only dredge bodies remain. Maybe we'll see something from the tower. Have our search the building to make sure there's no dredge waiting to swing us. On it. I don't. And don't send up camp or make a fire. Excuse me. You're looking to get out of here before anything else goes wrong. What do you mean more wrong? I can only go this way, sadly.
So one head doesn't have armor, and two that do.
Well, you need to get the armor down so you can actually one-shot them. I'm gonna check something real quick. Oh, that's why.
We were playing on a higher difficulty.
Yep, it was. You lean on a crumpled wall, watching endless waves of dredge marching below. Satisfied, Hawken? Belgar asks. The vast numbers of dredge remind you of the Great Wars. I've seen enough, you reply. Let's get out of here. Margaret stands over the bodies of a man and a woman. Think the slag came up here for these two? We're gonna bloody whooping in their direction? Or won't even be here? No clue. They're definitely not dressed for it. Something wrong about all this. The girl is definitely dead, but a frown crosses his face as he bends and here. This one's still breathing. The clang of metal reaches out from you of the courtyard, below muffled. Above you, thick snow, you curse. Quick, back down, bring the live one. You skip the stairs to descend, shouting orders at the bar below. We'll charge. Rush into battle. Now, before we start, he's getting promoted. Then I can do more damage. When he gets level 5, I can give him that. What's going on? I have one eye on the fight. Next time I look down, the dredgers swarming into the courtyard. Can't tell how many more are waiting out there. Well, it's a lot. If we're getting back across the bridge, it'll be a fight. Any options? Not really, unless you want to wade into the valley. We're gonna have to leave the same way we came in. Hakan, you think you should take a look at this? Nearby, the man has been bundled and laid near a short wall, ready from the wind. I think this man is a mender. There is more questions than answers. That's right. I knew he looked familiar. The Spellweavers in Ridgehorn? Why? Maybe they knew something about what's happening. If he's going to tell us anything, we need to get out of here alive. Let's go. Hold on, we got a lot of tired and wounded. Hakan, this is going to be rough. Each area means more dredge on another ambush, or we are snowed in. A heavy snow may act as our favor. If we get past the first line of dredge and lose the rest. I agree for once. I don't have any intention of staying here. Oh look, it's your call, Hakan. But we can't cut and run it on this one. There is one way. If anyone falls fighting here, they will be left behind. I don't know what will you do. In my opinion, how unexpected. And there's no point in waiting. Let the wounded ones fall behind. If you still got any sense, you'll get out of here before they bury the rest of us. Okay, let's prepare to fight. Good. That wasn't so hard, was it? If we're doing this now, we need an approach. We can't just go up there swinging. Good. Off. What should I do? Let's go. Attack. Now I can level him up. I'm gonna give him more damage. Let's see. I can level him up now. We need 10. Okay. Here's battle.
One shot.
Oh yeah, that's why I upped their damage. Oh, you can level up again. Nice. I'm probably gonna need him for the final fight in this game. Oh, that's a toughie.
So far, it seems like you hadn't had a single man down on your side.
The first way to dredge out of the picture, you stop and take stock at the battlefield. Your warriors are doing as well as you could hope. Fortunately, there were enough of them to pull it off. Dredge are furious, but falling quickly. You think you could save face with the incident, but at this point, get out of here. You take stock of the survivors. It hurts to think of how many you lost this far. Remember, an unconscious minute to show up for it. You hope it is worth it. Hakan, join me a moment. There is something I thought you want to see. It is a welcome party from Gotham. Very mead. That's about the only thing I want to see. No such luck. The mender from Richmond woke up. He says his name is Ivan. Sounds like a mender name. How is he? Not well. Where are we? A day or two from Gotham. We found you at the Tower of Witchhorn. What were you doing there? Gotham? No. That's the wrong way. Juno, where is she? Where is that woman? Where was that woman who was with me? She didn't make you, my friend. We only brought the living with us. No, we have to go back. I don't think so. We barely made it out 2 weeks ago. Do you know why the dredge were crawling over Witchhorn? Dredge? We have to go back. It's a damn graveyard, boy. I'm sorry, Ivan. The girl was dead when we got there. What we had to do was tell Jondar what's happening and prepare for the bloody war. So if she is dead, I couldn't save her. Evan suddenly looks spent. He slips to the ground in motion for some Zara to help him onto the cart. Not what I hoped to hear. Not sure what I was hoping. Come on, Ubin. Sooner we get to Gotham, the better.
Dread grips me as we approach Grofheim. None of us expected to see a city unscathed. But what we find steals the very breath from my lungs.
Least they did not come home. Least they did not come home.
This thing.
Now it's Rook and his party again. What did I tell you, Rook? The man has a crazed look upon him. He stands, axe pointing in the direction, the other side of a dozen men. Elik, You son of a E. Remember what I said? Think careful about what you want. This is what you get. They're leaving you with his thugs. Okay, I have to deal with him now. Let me her up. Make her a little strong. Oh, wait,
This dude betrays you.
Yep. What's funny about what you pick here? It could actually destroy the whole city if you pick something wrong. Basically, you cause a riot. Okay, that's what they have. They have archers. They have some shield men. I think it'll be easy.
I mean, you do have your spearmen, so. And your laurel.
And he just ranked up, so.
That archer is in a very nice spot, ain't she?
Yeah, she is. Hate to admit it, Rook, but you were right. We can't stay here. If we're not murdered in our sleep, it's only a matter of time before the Dredge find a way in. There's nobody defending these walls. You spot Alette looking at one of the thugs. She cocks her head to the side. Dad, I think he's still alive. Ira lifts up to his feet by his tunic. He groans from the pain. Why did Illikil try to kill us? He's a damn lunatic. Figure that yet? Why Frostbiller's chief put a madman in charge of his guards? That's what he told you? He never put Illikil in charge. Soon the gates were shut. Illikil walked in the great hall and sliced open the chieftain like a narwhal. I saw it myself. He wasn't a captain. Look at him. I'll kill him. Dad, please, let's get out of here, over here, anywhere. But now the dredger already flooded the south, I am sure. Wydom's the only thing that makes sense across the waste. I might know someone who can help us. And the Dread probably won't follow us out over the waste. They didn't in the Great Wars. Because of the Death Sons, food's already running low. I know where Ellikill keeps his supplies, I'll tell you. If you take me with you. What's the catch? No catch. I went out here as much as you do. Just never had anywhere to go. I'm not the only one. Get the supplies and there's plenty of fighters who are desperate to get out of here. That might solve a few problems. It's worth the risk. If nothing, it's Ellikill's gonna feel when his food suddenly vanishes. What's your name? Unef. Why do you want to know whose face I'm gonna break if things go wrong? Okay. Supplies. Make multiple.
Basically, if things go south, you're the one to blame.
Yeah, and he's a Varro. He keep his promise. This is them. He shows you a handful of guards inside who lower their weapons and conceal banishment. You find enormous. Okay, take multiple trips. Okay. I got enough supplies to last for a while, so that's good. I might have to move them a bit. I think that's good. Well, on the last stores is cleaned out. As you're turning to leave, vulnerable looking necklace with deep green stones catches your eye, and you decide to keep it for yourself. Onuf leads you to and his trusted fighters out of the city before more men of show up. Bodies and dredge fill the fields of Frostfeller. You consider the best way to leave. I'm gonna make up first. Make him up. Oh. We need to leave. Yeah. Outside the walls, things are a mess. Vets are everywhere. Fortunately, they are going around the hills on which phosphorus sets. Heading south to show a little interest in following you as you cross into the waste. You finally free of phosphor, you find yourself facing new problems. Your whoever Ivor knows at Wymto is willing to help. Yes. Get that back up. Nope. I don't think I'll have enough. I have enough. 27 days. Okay. Let's go. The dredge, cries Bowman. Oh, the dredge. That's E-kill. Looking for a fight. Get ready, you shout. I believe a word you say. Rook, we're good friends. What happened? You tried to kill us. Just go back to Frostfeller and leave us alone. Ah, Rook, it's your pretty girl. What happened to her? With the dredge, I mean. My friends, how could I forget everything you've done for me? Broke into my city, took my warriors, took my food, and killed some people I knew could take more food. Nice touch. Took one of my best men. How are you, Ona? Did you well? Shove it up your butt, you killed. If you came out to kill me, let's get over with. Nothing like that. You think you know me or people like me? What do I want to tell you? I'm crazy. I haven't survived because I'm crazy. I did what I had to be done. Get the frostfire. The only mistakes I made was you. What kind of man are you, Rook? You're like an average man to me, a man worried about his daughter. Maybe he just making his way. But look behind you. How many people was that? I follow you. Fight for you. Why? What kind of man are you? I'm doing the best for everyone. I protect my kin. More than that, isn't it? You think everyone was born to lead, make hard decisions? Who does these people think you are? You saved them. You are a hero. Maybe that's more important than who you really are. What is your point, you killed? I'm your prisoner, Rook. Bind my hands. That's what I was done. I can't survive there, thanks to you. My good friends, you may have not cut my throat, but you have sentenced us to death. I don't believe that's who you are. Is this some kind of apology? You can't trust me. I know that. Take my men, take me as prisoner if there's anything on the ground. I'm not begging you. Kill on the spot. Reach for an arrow, it grabs your wrist and speaks to you quietly. Wait, Dad. We can't do this. They're people like us. Well, what if our clansmen do start to lose hope and look at you differently? I don't want to feel differently because someone who isn't my dad. That's what you do it. Please, for me, don't do this. This is how it has to be. You pull your head and you look straight into your eyes, unflinching. Now with me, it's your choice. I'll understand one day why it wasn't a choice. Remember your words, book. Who do you think you are? In his eye, falls over dead and gas shock. She runs her. It's true. Eikyo was always a wild dog. You made the right choice, bro. Weapons of the men who gathered up, they left it waste. The caravan continues without a word. They can feel your eyes on you. That might have been a bad choice, but I wasn't gonna deal with that guy.
Does he betray you later?
I don't remember. You find a surprising number of people camped out at the Godstone. They've been here quite a while, ever since the sun stopped. Apparently they think Radamar, the sun god, has come back and they're worshipping him despite the bleak environment. Accept their offer. You bravely move the offer a chance. When you apply oil to your skin, it burns like hot ram, but bear it. Inspect the Godstone. Nobody can agree on what it would look like, as fond as he was his own isolation. He never directly contacted humanity. Most think he was a serpent that lived in the sun. It is not uncommon to hear us speak of seeing the tail of a great creature slipping through the thin clouds on a sunny day. Adamir was always one of the lucky gods, the kind who people thank for good weather, healthy livestock, and good harvest. Despite all that, the biggest mystery has always been his Godstone came to be found at the bottom of a dried lake bed. After some rest and candy, the sun god worshippers are keen to stay. They beg everything to return to the road. Several people know as black vultures circling above. Taking advantage of the light snowfall, they pose no threat. They have visible impact on the mood of your clansmen. And she managed to take one of the vultures and falls out of the sky because they were laughing to some show you of black feathers. You know, says Zolaf, scanning the caravan, a lot of women, they could do this, you could tell. Encourage Olaf to train the women. We can always use more fighters, you tell Odef. If Elite is any proof, you know how to train someone with a bow. We give you a smile. She heads off to someone with the caravan, showing how the vultures she shot down. That actually is a good thing to do because later you're gonna need them. There we go. There's also a achievement to win the game in 100 days. That is not easy to do. They might be outlaws. You hear nearby quickly ripples through the clansmen. One of the store approaches saying, "We've run out of food. Help us would be welcome." Fight with us and earn your food. Not looking surprised by your offer. In short order, they joined the caravan. Sharing tells the figure, unfortunately, less than a day, you discover they vanished along with a sizable portion of your supplies. Oh, that's not good. Defend Navarro. Navarro, you say. You could use any Navarro with a good sword and arm at it, couldn't we? You're watching it, sounding obedience is something that about injustice. Navarro turns around. You need help, but if I'm going to travel, it may be well accompany other Navarro. Falls in line and orders between the travel. Oh, I got me now. I can get some.
Wormtoe was never the kind of place someone would build a town. Fittingly, the Var living here aren't known for welcoming visitors with open arms.
I'll find you before you see them, not surprising. With many people behind you with weapons drawn and demanding no ear, but back down whenever tells them he's come to see someone named Kumar. Well, I'll be damned. Kumar, it's been a long time. Yes, it has. So what brings Jaguar to Wormtoe? Why have you your own village of humans? Bad news, dreads are coming down from the north. We barely made it this far. That is dire news. Come, we have food. We'll discuss over meat in the house. As you follow the old Varl, the meager town, you catch him quietly saying, if it were anyone else. I've talked with the warriors. I'll be honest with you. Half want to go north and find what happened to Blotzexpire. Some we should go to Gotham instead. None of them are happy you're here. What do you think? If I had it my way, I'd stay here and let the dredge come. But you made this a problem, didn't you? We can't feed this many people for long, even if they don't eat much. This is a far-out town. Most of us take care of ourselves. You got men, women, and children. We could pitch in. We can make this place livable. It doesn't work like that. These are Varro. Here to get away from civilization, not to make one. It's Kuma's call. It won't be long before the dredge are here too. No, it won't. If there's any one thing we should do is tell Jornder what's going on. Who's Jornder? Varro King, well, close to one we have. Young Var, what did you find these people? Stay here and rest. But once you're ready to go, we do. I'm going to see off who wants to head north. But I'll join you to Gotham. More travel? No, we've already come so far. Stop that pouting, girl. Even if a Jornder won't listen to the tired old Var like me, I have feeling to pay attention to your friend Yangvar here. To listen to Ivar? He hasn't told you, of course he hasn't. You need to go, do what you need, but don't be long. Okay. I'm gonna go to market. Okay. That's enough, I think. Homer, can you spare a moment? Mostly no, but I can try. I've had a moment to thank you for your hospitality. Consider it done then. Who is Yagvar? I'm surprised he never told you. I'm just surprised he can stand around anyone at all. If it was one of us long ago, I mean a dredge bashing type, he was called Yagvar then. If you want to know why he changed his name, best to ask him yourself. I'm too old to peddle and gossip. Let's leave you to business, I suppose so. Take care, friend of Yagvar. Okay, I'm gonna rest. Get my renown back, and now head out. Gotham quite a few days out, said Gotham, but nothing worse than crossing the waste, I imagine. If there's any way you might be safe from dredge, it's there. You steal yourself another long march. Half the town of Arthur joins you. By the way, keep an eye on the mountains. You're going to see something happening soon.
That's a lot of borrow.
Okay, the caravan consists of more clansmen than we ever expected. Suddenly chickens missing, heirlooms, concerns over daughter virtues. Try to address the major issues. Animals are now split evenly across the caravan, amongst the caravan, you say. Everyone will maintain closer quarters. Most of everyone has trouble adjusting to the this, but overall issues become less boring. Okay. You sleep in comfort tonight. Here's a people flooding into the building. Grax brings Russian clansmen beneath it. Sadly, the rubble is too deep to recover their bodies. You leave the building behind in regret. Oh, lovely! I accidentally killed some people.
Well, means more fighters in this.
The gods of the Merrick looms into the view upon carved a great ocean beast. Jackets so jut out of the snow like shark fins. It's hard to imagine the not filling waste being filled with water at one time. But the Godstone stands a reminder of the vast lake that used to look across. A blessing, shouts one of the men. Your caravan holding looks like a silver coin. It's a fish scale. Point out the rainbow pattern that shows the sunlight. Soon the curious child, one of hiding in the snow and dirty discovered. Let the caravan take their time. Let them continue the task. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have issues on the way, but I need to do that. We need to stay vigilant. As mountains fall as the glen fish, your sound reminder and give an stride. Okay. I'm gonna rest. Get my renown back up. My morale. There we go. Now leave. You hear a whistle on the wind and spot a long line of Varl far ahead. Towards you. Behind them, a swarm of dredge trailed on it. Get down there! Kuma barks. Hey, Akuchi. I'm just streaming. Don't let them spread out. Shout at the lead Varl. Approach the battleground. Soon you almost regret finding yourselves fighting alongside them, facing against a daunting number of dredged. Charge and rush into battle. What's up?
Iggy, just talking to them. Not sure if they can hear you or not.
What's going on?
There was just another person besides you and Vera.
Oh, that's a friend of ours.
Oh. Yes, hello.
Hey, you can watch the stream if you like. Isn't this a damn curiosity? This is the second time I've been sent to find a Varro who is heading in my direction with humans in tow. What the dredges do? What are the dredge doing up here? God, does nobody know what is going on around here? They leveled Gotham to the ground. We've been losing ground for days. Jonder is in Israel. They sent me to gather Grumar and the rest of the room to tow. When we went across the slag, and there's a lot more where they came from. Is this all the Var you got, Grumar? What have you been doing? Eating each other? Minnie went to blot this bar. You're telling me that Gotham is completely gone? And Wagner's dead. Slag on our heels. The Varro you sent off are probably dead. The road's ending. Come on, this is old news. We're getting an editor off. This is where we need to go right now. Wait. It takes a moment to look at the caravan of men and women in here behind you. Not them. We saved you. Little one, you have no idea how many slag I butchered in the last few weeks. Don't get in fights I can't win. This includes men who invite themselves into it. I can't say that. First off, who cares about that? That's what happened to Grothheim. For reply, no. A rumble grabs your attention. Rolling louder. Okay, here it is. Hey, Kuchi, you want to watch this? This is something that's very interesting. Go to the streaming channel, and you'll see my my Twitch channel.
Final Fantasy 6.
Yeah, I'm just wanting other people to see this game. It's actually a fun game. I'm hoping that more people will buy it because I feel bad for the developers. They make such a good game and Total Biscuit praised it and no one cared. He praised this game and that's how I got to know this series. and it made me sad that not many people wanted it. And the Banner Saga is the game series they only made, and that's it. That's sad, isn't it? And I don't think they're gonna make any other games. I don't even think they exist anymore. Stoic. And but the publisher is versus Evil. I wonder what other games they published. Well, they published a strange game I never heard of before. That came out. That's coming out. They came out this year. So. Sorry about that. Anyway, go back to.
What was that?
I accidentally clicked on a trailer for a game by mistake. It was just like one little player. Anyway, I'm going to start this up again. Even though it's beyond sight, all the eyes turn to Gotham's direction as Rumble begins deafening, transforming quickly into cracking and splintering. It's coming closer. Go! Shouts Faself, taking off to Edenfroth. Don't stop until you reach Heddenburg.
Is that a snake?
That's Euromonger.
The world serpent.
Yeah, the roar breaker. After terrifying days of tremors, he reached the godstone of Hardborg, which is teeming with Varro who want to know what happened. Others bristly men makeshift defense to set up the ground around the godstone, created of Varro. Hold up, Vince. I guess we're going to have to talk. You are still standing. Well, most of you, rest up and then move on. A mountain just sank into the earth, and something is out there. We're just going to send this away? I don't know who you are, but you are not going to Israel. I cannot say it. There's a couple of hundred Varro here who will back that up. Where are we supposed to go? Back to where we came? We're stuck back to the mountain ranges. In one direction, a few thousand Varro, and the other, an army of dredge. And we recalls that quick. I'll say, that shouldn't be news to Varro. You know what else, Paul said? Don't you recognize who you're talking to? The flash finally flashes across Falso's face. Yellow Varro is starting to come closer. You hear Yagdvar being whispered between them. I think there might be one person you want to let into Asimov. You are... The humans come with me, all of them. Father glances between Ivar, Gomar, and before stalking away, pushes past the mob of curious onlookers. Ivor, who are you? Some other time, Rook. Expect the gods, though, are improved. You get to pay respects, he says. You both stand there in silence. Give this to Yagdvar. It was once his, and his stubborn ass refuses to take it back. Said Bell. So there's a lot of activity. Word comes from below to retrieve the next village over, and so you see why. A black shadow sweeping down the valley. from the direction of Grautheim, where the quake or whatever caused it obliterated the mountainside. Welcome back. Ivar tells we can't stay here long. It'll take 3 to straight days to cross Burra Pass. So there's no stopping once we leave. No stopping once we leave. He takes out to speak with the other Varl setting up defenses. Dad says, Dad, Elet says, appearing at your side. I like old Ivar's.
That's a nice line.
What? Dad, says Elet, appearing at your side. I like old Ivar.
You sneeze it so hard during the text.
I coughed. My throat's dry. Somewhere in the back of your mind, you feel the same way. You focus on preparation instead of realizing that you may be one of the first humans that about to set foot in Eden Troft. I need to market. Need supplies. Okay, that's enough, I think. Rest a bit. Get morale back. There we go. Now we leave.
We approach a city that only Varl have seen and cross a bridge that only Varl could build. Let us hope that we are the only unwelcome visitors to pass.
All these warriors, another great war is upon us. It is the third time I've seen such a thing. There are far fewer of us now than there once was. Cor heads upstairs to the Great Hall and returns shortly after speaking to some Varl. What did they tell you? By all accounts, the Dredge are coming here. Looks like the plan to end the Varl for good this time. This place will become a killing field soon. They say the Prince of Men is here. They got a mender too. Prince Ludin is here from Arambeg? In any case, we'll be given no audience today. You remember the last time we were here, Yavar? It's Ivor now. Yes, I remember. What now? We find somewhere to rest. I recommend keeping you people out of trouble while you're here, Rook. In fact, keeping them invisible. Jonder will not be happy that you're here. You are shown to quarters, but could wander the city while you wait. for an audience. You feel like you could sleep for a week straight. As you start to receive word to come into Great Hall next morning, I would suggest not speaking unless you're addressed to. Then keep it short. In your dream at that night, you see Varro kings fighting with dredge lords. An ominous feeling lingers as you prepare for the Great Hall. Okay. Enough, Ivan. The bridge stands to find some other way. Greetings from Wernto, yonder. I've brought an ally. Who are these people? We don't have time for games. Wait, I know you. Yangvar amongst us again? Is this what the end of the road looks like? Chandra steps from his throne. When you closer look in the light you spy deep wounds on the Pharaoh King. In my last option, you look like death, Chandra. The thunder came through Gotham, all of them. Or we could still be there. Few thousand far remain, Bellower. We've been following us since Gotham. Is that what he does? What will you do? Remain. There's no place for us than here. We'll make our stand here. Even in Netherlands, the foes of Var won't be wiped out. Haken is taking the best warriors to Altenburg, and we're discussing. I'm not going, Jonder. We're needed here. This is not a debate. Messenger bursts through the door, cutting through the tension. He says, a stone singer has been cutting the path across the bridge. Gods, will not have a moment of respite? They should not be here already. A stone singer is with them? They're moving down the bridge as said as I will buy us time. I said the bridge stands, Mender. Yeah, I say it again to you. The Prince and Men, the whole Mender Council, where were they? I will not say it again, Hakan. You go to Britain. Ivan, do not touch the bridge. Am I understood? You are. Then I'll confront the singer myself. Nobody tries to stop Ivan, but many follow as he leaves the Great Hall. We should help him. You expect Ivan to refuse, but instead he locks his eyes with you. Listen to me, Rook. You'll probably die here, so will everyone else who steps on the bridge.
Hello.
You're not doing this alone. You come and watch a stream of them doing, Eon. It won't stop you, says Ivar. Fight like it's your last and you're not sure what to expect. But you draw your axe and soon you find yourself standing behind Ivan on the bridge, wondering if you made the right decision. Let's see. I'll do this. good here. The song singer falls hard. A howl like a hurricane sears across the bridge. The dredge part like a black sea. From their depths steps a crimson behemoth. A wave of sheer terror hits you like you've never felt before. Bellower. Great. Mender, get out of here, Ivor hisses. And run. Your legs move almost as with a will of their own. So you can pull yourself away, watching what happens next. Gods, what was I thinking? Defeat, but enemies without soon forget that. Ivor writhes in agony, his arm torn clean off by the Bellower onslaught. The Sunder rises a weapon for the killing blow. Sunder, face me! Screams an uncertain Ivan, stepping back onto the bridge, rising his staff high. Even for here, you can see his arms trembling. You feel practically frozen in place, watching. Ivan recoils in terror from the massive serpent that has appeared in the distance. Even the Bellower backs away. It leans in close to expect the two armies, flicks its great tongue, and then indifferently lurches over the mountainside and out of sight. The dredge are in not a confusion. Some cower, others crouch in what looks like worship. Hakan shouts orders above the din. Varro rushes forward, bowling over surprise at the dredge, gaining ground. Bellower has receded back into the horde. Jonder watches from atop the stairs. Hurry, says Ever, suddenly pulling at your arm, snapping you out of the moment. You rushed to Ivar, laying on the ground in the midst of the fighting, still breathing despite a missing arm, and dragged him back into the city. Can you save? Yes, probably. Give me silence. Nearly 3 hours pass silently as Ivan plies his trade. Flesh slowly forms and closes across Ivar's torn frame. That is as much as I can do. He should make it. Thank you. The mender looks exhausted, leaning heavily against the bed. When was the last time you slept? A couple of days ago. I'm okay, just need to sit. Before you can catch him, the mender crumbles to the floor. Weary of the weight of the sun. Eek-sneak. Your sight swims as if underwater. Memories fly away like startled ravens before you can capture them. With great effort, you remember who you are, Juno. You also realize that a monumental surfer is speaking to you now. Your last eternity was you died some time ago, and it is about to happen again. Frustrating. You are slow to understand the serpent. It speaks in a language that recalls very ancient memories of your words you learned long ago. If you are not going to die, I suppose we must speak instead. Who are you? My name is Juno. You are a Juno? It means nothing to me. Maybe I have asked the wrong question. What are you? What is your purpose? I'm a mender. Mender. Ah, Valka. Now the picture is forming. Do you not know me, Valka? Though your memory is still fuzzy, you will certainly know nothing about this enormous serpent. What does your prophecy say? The gods gave you prophecy, fate, destiny. Is there no child coming to slay me with a magic sword? Are there no stars in the sky for foretelling disaster? Do you truly not know? The gods are dead. Dead? How is that? Are you a god? No? The gods are silent. Before me stands one who knows not what they have done. Listen carefully now, for I will give you a prophecy. In the end, do you understand? The world, this is a tapestry, I would devour. It is my purpose. But I cannot. Instead now comes a wall of night to consume your pitiful world. Wall of night? The dredge? Dredge, stone men marching across the long bridge. No, it's darkness. The egg white has turned black. I am meant to draw to protect for yourself. No, idly witness the dust smother this rock. I am incomplete, a worm crawling through the dung field. Because of you. Who are you to take my destiny? What are you? Return what is mine. Even. Did you know you were alive? How? Where are you? Where am I? Asleep, I presume, or unconscious. I'm in Ridgehorn. I think a serpent is trying to kill me. Now I'm talking to you. Time is moving strangely. I've lost swabs of memories. But I found you for a short time at least. The serpent said something about a long bridge. So I took a guess. They came after you? We saw it in Eidenloft. Are you okay? We tried to turn on me to ash after we spoke. I'd be surprised if at least we saw it. It could turn the land apart across cities if it wanted. What do we do? It gets worse. A prophecy of the gods that I have never heard of. There are still prophecies out there? It was vague. Sounded like a serpent was supposed to swallow the world. Instead, some darkness or nothingness is seeping from the north. It devours whatever it touches. That would explain why the dredge is swarming on us like someone kicked an anthill. Evan, are you in danger? You could say so. Bellower is here. The Varro are hoarding him off, but not for much longer. I think all the Sunder. Why are they immortal one? Bellower. That is the worst luck. I would have come to you, but we will do that. We have to do this the hard way. Listen closely. I will return to the strand and find the patches down the Red River. You must leave Enelruff and meet me in Surgahorn. You know, we will never make it to Surgahorn. The Bellower will overtake us. The Var won't listen to a thing I find a way. Do whatever it takes. I will not be able to contact you again after Surgahorn. Go. And Evan? Yes? I love you. You spent a lot of time next to him since he passed out. Just keeping an eye on him. It's not like that, Dad. He saved Ivar. He might save the rest of us. Can he hear us? He just moved. How long was I? You had a couple of days. How do you feel? Juno, she's alive. I need to meet her in Surgharm. Hold on, slow down. Who's Juno? She's my mentor. Our mentor, the Mender Council. She contacted me. Contacted you how? She's not like most Menders. What happened here since I passed out? The Var are holding the dredge back, just barely. Bellower has disappeared. Ivor is still out of it. Jordan said Hankan looted and a couple of hundred Varl waited with Airbrang. I don't know how long we'll be here. We'll be able to hold out here. Look, I need your help. Take me to Surgahorn. Do you know where he's going to meet us there? Surgahorn, that got to be a week away. At least just abandoned in a raft. Maybe or no. I could destroy the godforsaken bridge myself. That would delay the immediate threat, but Jordan would never agree to it. I need to understand a few things, Avad. I can't completely understand it myself. The last time I mentioned it, it would made his mind very clear. He'll let the city and the rest of the world fall before that damn bridge. How would you collapse the bridge yourself? Not by myself. I could blast it apart, but this bridge wasn't made to fall. It'll take time to get in concentration. That's why I need your help. And, okay. I don't know things are a long story. How do you... Okay. I need to take a break. My voice is so dry. We're from a small town in the woods.
That's why you need a bottle of water when you stream.
I know how many... I've been drinking water the entire time. The other gods.
You need more water.
First Great War, the armies of men Pharaoh hated each other. They fought bitterly for the land of dominance. Then one of the gods created the dredge. They were such a threat that unless men and Pharaoh set aside their differences, they threatened to wipe up both races. So they did. They ended the war, pushed the dredge into the north, and formed an alliance that was held ever since. The Great War began generations later. The dredge rallied their forces, defeated the Pharaoh, who watched the borders and laid waste to the unsuspecting settlements throughout the world. They were led by Sunder, powerful dredge warlords and weavers like Bellowers. He was there in the Second War. Humanity was then on the brink of extinction when the Union Circle of Menders went forth and finally sent Sunder and the dredge deep underground. For most of the part of the dredge, I had tried to return to since. These Menders were called Vaka. Juno wasn't there herself, but she's from their bloodline. So another great war has begun. If I didn't think the war was ending, it'd be incredible. Ancient history is playing out before us. What about the serpent? That is another story. There's nothing in the Mender's libraries about that thing. It has something to do with the dredge returning. Seems likely. What do we do with the Bellower? I can't stop him, but I believe Juno can. That's why we need to go. We could just leave and let the Varro die, give us a head start. It's not my first choice. I've done everything I can on my own. I need time to think about this. I understand. Be quick, work. There might be some way to do. I can't believe the Varro will be so stubborn. Speak to Jondo yourself. He's in the Great Hall. Maybe you'll have more luck, or maybe you'll put your head on the spike. Rook, I hate to put all this on your shoulders. I got a few friends here. Come to a decision quickly. Either way, we can't stay here. We have to make it to Surgholm. You will know what to do. Okay. I'm going to take a break here. I will come back to this maybe later tonight and finish it, and then I want the rest of it this will go on YouTube. For those watching on YouTube, I will post this on there. I will um, try to finish it, and then I'll do the second game probably 2 weeks from now. So for now, I'm going to take a break, and we're almost at the end of this game, actually. I could keep going, but I cannot. I am sorry. You all take care. You all have a wonderful time, and then we'll come back later. Thank you all. Welcome to the Banner Saga, and enjoy it when I come back to it.